The Eiffel in all its tranquility, and yet appearances are deceptive. Tucked away amongst the hills and woods is the infamous Nordschleife of the Nürburgring. It's the most difficult and the most dangerous racetrack in the world. Over 20 kilometers long, it has 73 curves and a variation in altitude of 300 meters. Three-time Formula One world champion Jackie Stewart reverentially nicknamed it the Green Hell. A horrific accident in 1976 spelled the end for top-level motor racing there. And yet, the Nürburgring lives on. Even though a modern Grand Prix racetrack was built in the 1980s, the Nordschleife is today more popular than ever. Porsche, BMW, Audi, Aston Martin, almost all the big-name manufacturers use this demanding track to fine-tune their top racing models. Chassis and tyre manufacturers have also established themselves by the Nürburgring and use it as a test laboratory for series development. Even today, there's a home for motor racing on the legendary Nordschleife. Now it's mainly GT and touring cars that battle it out on the racetrack in the Eiffel. I always average about 30 to 35 racing weekends a year, and the races at the Nürburgring are just something special. There's no racing track that's more interesting, none that's as much fun, whether you're at the wheel for 1 hour or 3. The track's extremely close to the fans as well. It's amazing how many fans are out there by the track cheering us on. The Green Hell has wonderful views and landscapes. The huge rises and falls are a further attraction of the Northern Loop. The difference in height is enormous. If you've ever walked around the track, you'll realize how powerful the cars need to be. With up to 200 racing vehicles taking part, the VLN Endurance Racing Championship attracts over 300,000 fans to the Nürburgring 10 weekends a year, making it one of the most popular motor racing series in Europe. The biggest highlight of all is the 24-hour race, where both amateurs and car makers compete on a worldwide stage. The Black Falcon team is one of the most successful of the racing companies established at the Nürburgring in the recent history of motorsport. As well as major successes at the VLN Endurance Championship, where it's picked up a number of titles, Black Falcon has over the last few years also been very successfully involved in the Seat Leon Supercopa, the FIA GT3 European Championship, and the ADAC GT Masters. In the Endurance Series on the Nordschleife, the team from Kelberg is there with as many as 3 SLS AMG GT3s and several BMWs on the starting grid, competing for overall victory and the championship. The colourful mix of company drivers from the major manufacturers, professional drivers and ambitious amateurs is one of the special features of the VLN Endurance Championship. They all share one goal: to experience the myth of the Nordschleife. Christian Raubach from Switzerland, Steve Jantz from Luxembourg, and Christian von Rief from Cologne are three of the amateurs who are prepared to face the challenge of the Nordschleife in the 2011 season. Together, the three of them form the driving team for a BMW 330i with Black Falcon. Last year I drove in the RCN Championship, and the VLN is simply the next step. There's a lot going on here. This really is professional motor racing where amateurs drive alongside the professionals. This way you get to see and learn a great deal, and that's really great. I feel in very good hands here. There's very good service, there's a harmonious atmosphere in the whole team. Everyone has a very professional attitude. The same goes for the cars. 10 VLN races and the legendary 24-hour race are on the agenda for the three amateurs. This means above all that there's some intensive learning to be done. Individual coaching sessions and assessment of the telemetry data from the racing vehicles are just some of the building blocks on which success is built. You notice how you get more confident each time. Thanks to the telemetry data, we can compare lap times amongst ourselves. That's a great help. You get stronger and stronger from race to race. The season is soon underway for the three drivers. The VLN races last between 4 and 6 hours. With almost 200 vehicles taking part, the field is split into various classes. The three drivers share the car and thus share the time they spend at the wheel. The team comes first. Reaching the finishing line is the #1 priority. This is the only way of notching up vital points for the championship. The three drivers immediately get the hang of driving their Black Falcon BMW, but are quick to find out just how strong the competition is in the Endurance Championship. The overall standings are one thing, but we're obviously trying to be up there with the leaders in our class. You do find out that there are some very good people on the starting grid. There are ex-champions competing in the V5 class that we're in, so it won't be easy. In all, there are 9 cars in the class. We'll see what's in it for us. The great differences in speed among the GT vehicles and touring cars, as well as a racing track that lets no mistake go unpunished, these are some of the unique challenges posed by the VLN Championship. You really do have to use your rear-view mirror. The fast cars catch up incredibly quickly. You have to let them pass without leaving your own line, which does take a bit of practice. Racing on the Nordschleife is motor racing in its purest form. This setting fills all three drivers with enthusiasm. The learning curve is at times unbelievable. We've got one amateur who's just driving his 3rd race in the VLN and has set a lap record. The other 2 amateurs, too, are becoming more and more professional and are coming on fantastically. With each race, the highlight 24-hour race comes nearer. What matters here is to be on peak form and to have picked up enough experience along the way to make it through the night. June 2011, the 24-hour race. It's the ultimate test for man and machine. The aim is to get through without an accident or breakdown. The race announcement says that participants have to drive on the track as quickly as possible. We want to try and do that for 24 hours. Everyone who passes the finishing line after 24 hours is a winner. He's won the battle against the most difficult racing track in the world. He's overcome tiredness and provided his team with a vehicle that's passed the ultimate endurance test. The preparation undergone by Raubach, von Rief and Jantz has paid off. The earlier races gave them enough experience to be able to cope with this special adventure. From the start, they drove fast, but showing the necessary respect towards the first all-night race of their lives. We got a very good start to the race and made up a couple of positions in our class. The lap times are okay too. The three of them drive through the night, with no end of things to talk about, but without a problem or major mistake. We're still in the running, and we got through the night well, but it's still incredibly exciting. In our V5 class, the top 5 are all within a lap of each other. It's a tough fight. We keep swapping places between 3rd, 4th and 5th. At the moment, we're 3rd. We'll see if we make the podium. We'd never have thought it'd be so hard. To 43rd out of over 200 vehicles in the overall standings, and 4th in a hard-fought class, the three drivers, with the support of Jürgen Dienstuhler, have pulled off an excellent result. Not only the drivers, but the whole Black Falcon team are pleased and proud of what they've achieved. Fantastic! To come 4th in such a hard-fought class, and with 3 drivers at the wheel driving their first 24 hours race here, that's just fantastic. There's not a scratch on the car. The 3 of them have come 43rd out of the 210 participants that started, and that's with a 3-litre production car. Unbelievable. The amateur team continues to improve in the races following the 24-hour race and make it twice onto the podium for their class. But the highlight of the season is the 3rd title win for the Black Falcon team in the Endurance Championship. Manuel Metzger, Tim Scheerbart and Carsten Knechtges in their BMW Z4 secured the overall title in the 2011 VLN Endurance Championship, and the whole team is celebrating wildly. This year's great adventure on the Nordschleife of the Nürburgring thus finishes on a happy note.